Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is an unlucky one, okay? I'm starting to think that I have some curse on me or something because I just keep getting into these unlucky situations, and today's story time's about one of them. This story time's very recent. It takes place today. But before I jump into it, just want to say, I'm going to link a video in the description. Go watch that video first because this story time is basically one big part two to that story time. It's about this girl's ex-boyfriend. He didn't like me, tried to fight me out in public. I kind of pulled a trick on him and got out of fighting him in a very funny way. And I very much pissed him off, and I hadn't seen him since. But yeah, I hoped to have never ran into him again because he did not like me at all, and it would have became a problem if I ran into him again. And yeah, I ran into him again. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy this story time. Leave a like on the video if you do enjoy it. And yeah, let's just jump right into today's story time. So today's story time takes place today. Yeah, very recent story. I woke up today, took a shower, got dressed, did all that stuff you do when you get up in the morning. And I'm sitting in my room on my phone, and one of my friends hits me up. And he's like, yo, do you want to go to the mall today? I got to go shopping, and I'm bored, and I want to go alone. And I was like, yeah, why not, man? Now, I haven't been to the mall in a very long time because pandemic and all that stuff. But the cases near me have gotten a little bit better, and I got fully vaccinated recently. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll go with you. So my friend came to my house. He picked me up. Me and him drove over to the mall. We got there. And the thing about this mall that I don't like is every time I go into this mall, like every single time, I see somebody that I don't want to see. Now, look, that sounds kind of mean. I'm like trying to avoid people. But like, it's just people that I haven't seen in a long time, or it's people that don't like me. And it's just always really awkward. Like, whether it's someone working at a store or somebody there that's also shopping, I almost always run into somebody that is just going to be a very awkward encounter. And this time, of course, was one of those times. So yeah, we pull up to the mall, we walk inside, we go and get some food first because I was hungry. And then after we eat, we go to the first store that my friend wanted to check out. It was like a clothing store. He went in there. He started grabbing stuff off the shelves to buy. I'm standing there on my phone, not really doing anything because I wasn't shopping. But for a brief moment, I look up from my phone while I'm texting, and I see somebody at the front counter, one of the workers, standing there just staring at me. And I'm like staring back at him because I'm confused as to why he's staring at me. And we're just making very awkward eye contact. And he looks kind of angry. So after we make very awkward eye contact for like 3 or 4 seconds, I just look back down on my phone because that was way too fucking awkward for me to even handle. Like, I could not do it. So yeah, I look back down on my phone, I keep texting, I pretend that didn't happen because it was really weird. And at this point, I just want to leave the store, right? Because I'm like, all right, there's some random dude here working. He's staring at me. I'm not sure what his problem is. Like, it's weird. So I go up to my friend and I'm like, yo, man, you almost done? He's like, yeah, 1 sec. And he grabs the last thing he wants to buy and he walks up to the counter to start checking out. And I walk up there behind him, and this cashier starts checking him out. And this whole time while the cashier is scanning his stuff and, like putting his stuff in the bag, he's staring at me. He keeps looking up at me and like making weird eye contact with me again. And this time I'm closer to him, so I can kind of see his face a little bit more, but we're both wearing masks, so it's kind of hard. But his eyes looked familiar. I feel like I've looked into these evil eyes before. Like, they seemed too familiar, this evil look I was getting. So I'm like kind of looking back at him, and then finally, I just say something. I'm like, yo, are you like okay? You keep staring at me. You look pissed off. Are you good? Like, I feel like at any given moment, you're about to jump over the counter and rip my head off. Like, you seem really angry at me right now with the eye contact you're making. And he's like, oh no, man, don't worry, I'm good. I was like, oh, okay, I thought you knew me or something. And he goes, oh, I do. And me and my friend just look at each other, and we're like, what? And the cashier looks back at me, and he goes, I know who you are. Oh, don't worry. And at this point, I'm terrified. I'm like, yo, this dude is going to kill me or something. Like, what's going on right now? So I ask him, I'm like, how do you know me? He goes, we've met before. I don't think you remember me, but I remember you. And I'm like, all right, man, well, have a great one. Thanks for checking my friend out, and have a good day. And my friend grabs his bag after paying the dude, and we leave. So at this point, I'm freaking out, right? Like, there's some random dude at the mall making weird eye contact with me, claiming he knows who I am, being really, really, like, super calm but super angry at the same time. Like, it was just a confusing, just ridiculous situation. So we walk back to the food court, we sit down for a second, we kind of process what just happened, and I'm like, yo, what is that guy talking about? And my friend's like, I don't know, I haven't seen him a day in my life. I'm like, dude, me neither, I have no idea who that is. And then as we're talking about it, I look over my friend's shoulder, and I see that guy coming towards our table. And he's walking at me, but this time he has his mask off, and I immediately recognize who he is. It's the same dude from that story time I uploaded recently, that girl's ex-boyfriend who tried to fight me and who hated me. And yeah, immediately recognized him. He walks up to our table, he sits down, and he looks me in the eyes, and I go, "Oh, I remember you." He goes, "Oh yeah, it must have been the mask. So you know who I am now, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to do anything right now. But you best believe, when I see you out in public again, and it's not at my job, you're going to get fucked up. Like, I'm going to fuck you up." I'm like, "Yeah, is that so?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm not forgiving what you did to me." So at this point, he basically admits that he's not going to hit me because we're in public and it's where he works. So I start asking him some questions. I'm like, "Hey man, whatever happened to that girl that you were dating that you wanted to fight me over?" He's like, "We broke up and then you stole her, remember?" I was like, "Yeah man, but like I didn't know y'all were dating." He's like, "I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you didn't know. You shouldn't have done that." I was like, "Dude, you can't expect me to know. I can't read minds." He's like, "I don't care. I don't like you. I don't like your face, and I want to fucking punch it." And I was like, "Hey, man, what's your name again?" And he's like, "Mason." Now, his name wasn't actually Mason, but I'm just going to use that name so I don't give out his real name. But I respond to him, and I'm like, "Hey, Mason, you're being very violent right now, man. You should chill out. You're being angry." He's like, "Dude, you're one word away from getting hit in your fucking teeth." And I was like, "Mason, calm down. We both know if you hit me right now, you're going to get fired from your job. And the last thing I want to see is you get fired, and then you're jobless, and then you lose your home, and then you're homeless, and then you're probably going to ask to move in with me, and I don't want you in my house, Mason. You snore at night, you're too loud, can't deal with that." And he's like, "All right, that's it." And he stands up and he kicks his chair over on the ground, and it makes a really loud bang sound, and the whole food court starts looking at us. And at this point, I kind of regret what I said, because even though I thought it was really funny, it was definitely kind of immature, and I shouldn't have said that because it just, made Mason angry and started causing a scene in the middle of the mall. And these two security guards walk up to us after Mason kicks his chair over and makes that loud sound. And they come over and they're like, "What's going on over here?" And I was like, "Nothing, don't worry. We're just about to leave and go do some shopping. Like, all good." And the one security guard's like, "Really? Because you guys seem like you were about to fight or something." And I was like, "No, this gentleman approached the table. He's angry at me for something in the past, but we're not going to fight. Don't worry, right?" And then Mason's like, "Yeah, we're not going to fight." So after he says this, the security guard's like, "Okay, awesome, like have a good one." And I turn around with my friend and we start walking away, start walking towards some stores. And as we're leaving, I hear someone yell, "Hey!" And me and my friend turn around and it's none other than Mason, Mr. Angry Ex-Boyfriend that wants to fight me. And he goes, "Just so you know, this isn't over with. I'm coming after you. I'm going to find you outside this mall. And when I do, you're fucked. Hope you know that." I was like, "All right, Mason, have a wonderful day." And he looks at me and he goes, "Go fuck yourself." And he turns around and he walks away back towards the store that he works at. And I'm just like so shocked by all this. And me and my friend go to a different store and we keep shopping. And yeah, the day just kind of progressed as normal. And now we're here. So yeah, according to him, he's coming after me. Now I can't lie, I'm not that worried. But at the same time, I'm a little creeped out because, he's a creepy dude. But yeah, that's pretty much where that story time ends. I will keep you guys posted on the crazy ex-boyfriend of the girl I used to talk to, Mr. Mason himself. I'll keep you updated, all right? So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'll definitely keep you updated. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed the story time. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace. Like, what's up? They leave me out for the dead, and now they know